We will be having our open forum as soon as the fourth group has presented. Again, thank you very much, UP Chemical Engineering Society. At this point, ladies and gentlemen, let us welcome the UP Academic League of Chemical Engineering. Let's welcome the UP Communications Research Society for their initiative entitled Sonic Seek 1.0. UP Communications Research Society is the first and only organization exclusive for BA Communication Research students. Here to present their project, let's welcome Ms. Jamie Lee Loristo and Ms. Mirdel Sigo. Let's give them a warm of applause.
Good morning, I am Jamie Lee Loristo.
I am Mirdel Sigo.
And we are from the UP Communication Research Society. UP Communication Research Society is the first and only organization for BA Communication Research students based at the College of Mass Communications, University of the Philippines, Diliman. Our organization has launched activities that has brought students from inside and outside the university together and has benefited not just the organization but also the welfare of the university and the society. These activities include symposia, career orientations, and outreach and fundraising programs. It also takes part in research projects that enable the members to practice and further develop their research skills.
So for our public service initiative, we present to you Sonic Seek 1.0, a research writing workshop for high school students. The general objective of this project is to introduce the relevance of social research in today's world and appreciate the value of research as a field in this day of digital information. Specifically, our aim was to 1. To instill the value of research in the field of social science to high school students. 2. To introduce communication research as a field and program to high school students. 3. To provide an overview of the stages undergone and skills needed in conducting research. 4. To promote ethical conduct of research. 5. To enhance confidence in pursuing research projects.
It was held on the 14th of November last year at the College of Mass Communication Auditorium. The event was endorsed by the National Capital Region Office of the Department of Education, the Metro Manila Public High Schools.
We talked about different topics such as brainstorming for a research topic, research ethics that focused on plagiarism, career talks, and a discussion on new media. In the afternoon, a breakout session happened wherein students were grouped into 6 to 8 members, with someone from the organization who served as their buddy to facilitate the group discussion and applying what the participants have learned earlier from the talks.
The 4 groups were expected to produce a topic for research at the end of the session with a 300-word write-up. The best topic was chosen and the group was awarded with an automatic entry to the second installment of the event, Sonic 2.0, a high school research conference.
The target audience for this public service initiative are high school students. In light of the K-12 program, the organization capitalized on the introduction of the social sciences track through introducing social science research to high school students. Usually, research aspect taught in high school curriculum really focuses on the hard sciences, as practiced through investigatory projects. Sonic Seek 1.0 for high school students is an exciting introduction into the world of social science research.
These high school students, as part of today's youth, are in a very privileged position. In the middle of this digital information age, data and knowledge are easily accessible. Through the power of various types of media and other resources available to them, the importance of honing this generation into media literate individuals who know how to distinguish true and relevant information from those that are not, cannot be stressed enough. Sonic Seek 1.0 was conceptualized inspired by this very idea. The potential of this young generation is huge, and this project aims to form a vital part in further honing this potential.
With this, we are able to implement the objectives of the project with 230 students from different high schools in NCR and to nearby provinces.
Here are a short video showing the thoughts and insights of the students and the teachers after the event.
na dapat responsible po tayo sa kung ano po yung mga sinistate natin dun sa studies natin. And dapat po, lahat po ng mga sasabihin natin, galing po sa atin.
And lastly po, alam naman po natin na ang mundo ay overpowered or influenced greatly by technology and social media. So dahil po sa kanya nito, mas naging responsibility ko po na i-share, maging role model sa pagkataan natin na kung paano maayos yung social media dahil sa simple po i-share lang po natin ay mahal po tayo makapagpapit po yan.
As you've seen, participants have expressed how much they've learned from the event. And of course, they're not the only ones who have gained from this event. First and foremost, we faced a lot of challenges in the implementation of the project. We had to adjust our financial matters because the event was free. Also, we weren't able to expect the number of students to attend, which led to an overwhelming attendance. We also had to adjust our logistical concerns with live streaming the event right outside the venue because all the students cannot be accommodated at once.
Nonetheless, these challenges didn't hinder us from reaching our goals. We learned a lot of things, not only just as individuals, but also as an organization. We've learned the importance of investing on the participants' capacity development. These students have the potential to create significant contribution through research, and we should also capitalize on their willingness to learn and part in the betterment of society. Also, the interactive communication between and among the speakers and the participants, or the learner-centered approach of learning, played a huge role in accomplishing our goals. Letting the participants develop trust with their bodies that are members of the organization allowed them to be guided through the research process more efficiently and to take the lessons imparted by the speakers by heart.
Organizing an event to initialize the extension of knowledge about communication research addresses all of the organization's core values, which are academic excellence, integrity, and social responsibility. Embodying these values are not enough as an organization, and being able to share these values to the people, especially to the future generation, is a rewarding experience for the organization. This is even strengthened by the positive comments and evaluation coming from the participants themselves. The fact that they were able to grasp the whole point of the event, we are very happy as an organization to be able to continue sharing knowledge and making the discipline of communication research be known better.
The university can further support in these kinds of projects through the grant of researchers to further expand the reach of the event. With enough resources, the event has the potential to be elevated into the national level, which can reach more audiences and make the discipline of communication research and social science research as a whole further known.
For the succeeding years, the organization hopes to continue implementing studies 1 and 2. Based on experiences from the past projects, the organization envisioned to expand it, not just in the number of participants to be accommodated, but as well as in the area of research covered.
Ideally, there should also be more speakers to impart knowledge to the students. It is also best to have close supervision with the participants through assigning more members to guide them throughout the workshop and the conference thereafter. Our organization is proud and grateful that this event won in the Philippine Student Wheel Awards, the country's most prestigious and comprehensive awards in business communication, merit under the Communication Training and Education category. It also gave recognition to the organization as one of the student organizations to be awarded a parangal sa samahang mag-aaral from the Office of the Student Activities of the University of the Philippines, as well as an Ignacio Jimenez Outstanding Student Organization Award.
These awards and recognition, like Pingkian, continuously inspire us to surpass our limits, truly go beyond research, and be, just as what Chancellor Dan mentioned earlier, true researchers for change. Thank you very much. Good morning.
Thank you so much, UP Communication Research Society. So what do you think of our presentation so far, Alman?
Yeah, so we have witnessed 2 presentations so far. Isa tinatackle chemistry, physics, and math. And of course, yung nakapresenta kanina, they have shared their knowledge about communications and research din respectively. Ayan, and we have seen that ang dami din nilang nahakot na awards inside and outside the campus. So talaga namang very meritorious ang kanilang initiatives ng kanilang organizations para makatulong sa kabataan in terms of sharing what they have learned so far in the university.
That's true, Alan. I couldn't agree more. And now, for our third organization to present, I'd like to call on the UP Industrial Engineering Club for their presentation on industrial engineering. Sorry, kind of weird you are. Anyway, so the UP Industrial Engineering Club aims to improve the lives of its members and its community through the IE values of efficiency, effectiveness, and continuous improvement. Once again, to present on their project called Industrial Engineering A or IEA, let's welcome Mr. Cesar Lorenzo Capistrano, Ms. Ana Samantha Concepcion, and Mr. Jose Emmanuel Torres. Let's give them a round of applause.
At the heart of our organization is the idea of promoting national progress by being excellent industrial engineers. With the pursuit of Kaizen, or continuous improvement, as the driving force behind what we do, we are taught three things: to ask why, to seek improvements, and to plan for the future. But outside the four walls of the classroom, how is this realized?
It was difficult at first to
organization, it's difficult to attract younger members to participate in the project because they haven't encountered much of IE in their classes.
As industrial engineers, we reach out to each other and to the community. We make the most out of what we have in the hope we make a difference. We seek improvements not just for ourselves, but also for others.
A diverse and passionate group of students, UPI Club takes one step further. We go beyond the four walls of the classroom, apply what we learn to our projects that not only give experience to IE students, but also make a difference in the endeavors of our beneficiaries.
Good morning, everyone. I am Joey Torres, Vice President for Internal Affairs of UPI Club.
I am Samantha Concepcion, Vice President for Academics of UPI.
And I'm Randall Abistrano, President of UPI Club. IE8 was conceptualized with the intent to bridge the gap between theory and practice of IE concepts. These were applied to help small social enterprises which do not have the technical expertise to operate at optimum level.
Now on its second year, IE8 has expanded its reach and has stepped forward to inspire advancements in larger scale projects and more elaborate establishments.
Last year, IE Club partnered with the UP Marine Biological Society for the 2015 International Coastal Cleanup in Tanza, Navotas. IE Club members joined hundreds of volunteers who collected waste materials and debris and segregated them according to type.
The IE8 team took on the role of understanding and simplifying the data collected. From the study, the trash types that were most frequently occurring were given the most immediate attention. Through MDS, we reached out to the producers of the most common waste to bring to their attention the impact of their products to the coastal environment.
With the help of 300 volunteers, 630 sacks equivalent to 4,000 kilograms of trash were collected, and the top 5 trash types were as follows: food wrappers, shoes and slippers, straws and stirrers, plastic or foam packaging items, and other kinds of plastic bags.
While participating in the event, the team identified some problems, such as how proper documentation should be implemented, how a clear system should be enforced while cleaning up the coastline, and how weight and volume of the trash should be accurately recorded.
The team also gave recommendations on how to improve the efficiency of the cleanup, the effectiveness of data gathering, and the safety of the people involved.
In the same year, IE Club also partnered with Calzada Coffee, a social enterprise that sells locally grown specialty coffee in Manila and the US. It aims to develop the local coffee farming industry by infusing capital and machinery to improve the lives of farmers.
Calzada's issue was that coffee is a vast and complex supply chain, and it needed to be more efficient by improving their operations, such as optimizing labor costs and reducing process waste.
There were a lot of areas to look into, and several approaches were open to us. But to make things easier, we used IE techniques to narrow down the problem to its root causes. The team put their heads together to make creative solutions, splitting the problem into smaller parts and solving them individually.
So IE8 members went to their farms in Benguet to document the production of Calzada coffee. They interviewed the farmers and studied each process done in that area.
With the data collected, the team was able to identify areas which could be improved on. This includes, but is not limited to, the picking of the beans, the depulping process, bean roasting, and the greenhouse.
First, picking the beans for coffee production served as a challenge for Calzada. The trees were too high, they were too difficult to pick. And because of the sloping uneven landscape of the farm, the farmers are prone to injury.
Using the concept of ergonomics in industrial engineering, the IE8 team proposed a solution, single-stem pruning, a technique that allows farmers to safely and easily pick their beans as they can grow in a normal pace. And using cost-benefit analysis, if they prune their trees as was recommended, they will experience at least a 28% increase in revenue.
Second, the depulping process slowed down the production of coffee and took 5 laborers to attend to the machine. The team wanted to reduce depulping time as well as labor costs, so the team recommended that Calzada acquire a new depulping machine. Following that recommendation, Calzada Coffee will be able to reduce depulping time by 84% and labor cost by 87.2%.
Third, bean roasting in Calzada coffee incurred a lot of costs, approximately 220 pesos per kilogram. Because Calzada coffee did not have their own roasting machines, it would rent equipment from EDSA Beverage Group. In the last harvest season, a total of 607 kilograms was sold in the Philippine market alone, amounting to 133,540 pesos spent for the whole year on roasting.
The IEA team analyzed a variety of factors from this problem, including market projections and forecasts of shares and demands. By using capacity planning, the team came to a conclusion that investing in a Diedrich roasting machine may lower costs and satisfy increasing demand. In effect, the cost of roasting per kilogram of the machine was greatly reduced by 94.33%, or from 220 pesos per kilogram to only 12.47 pesos.
The team recommended that Calzada roast the beans themselves. And once implemented, the proposal will contribute approximately 3 million pesos in savings for the first year and 6 million pesos in savings for the succeeding years.
Finally, Calzada Coffee's old greenhouse did not help in the efficient production of coffee. So the IEA team designed a better greenhouse for their operation, which will improve the coffee bean quality, consumer safety, and ease of greenhouse use.
We developed systems that should help Calzada Coffee lessen their costs and improve their overall productivity. And because they could do a better job in less time, Calzada will be able to help their farmers by making their work easier and safer.
Ultimately, this IEA's goal to forward the organization's purpose, which is to promote the national coffee industry and improve the livelihood of the coffee farmers.
Our partnership with Calzada Coffee will continue until 2017, in which the team will help with the implementation of our proposals and give more recommendations based on feedback.
Moreover, to take IEA a notch higher, the team aims to join hands with other engineering organizations, NGOs, and social enterprises to produce a multidisciplinary effort in helping the wider community.
This year, we want to take systems improvement to the next level with another NGO partnership.
We would also like to take this opportunity to invite the audience to partner with us. Your insight and expertise in your own fields will be helpful in giving us a more holistic approach to the way we apply industrial engineering.
Overall, this is just one avenue for contributing to the society. But nonetheless, the team hopes that IEA will serve as a building block for future endeavors that place national progress at the very center.
From our projects like IEA, we seek improvement in everything that we do. By our consistent pursuit towards excellence, we are capable of transforming tomorrow into something better.
We embody our belief that building tomorrow starts with building oneself.
We manifest that learning is indeed a process, a careful exercise of always wanting to be better than who you were yesterday.
We are UPI Club. Thank you and good day.
Thank you very much, UPIE Club. Ayan, Jenna. So we're down to our last group for the first thematic area. And introducing them, ayan, we have the UP Journalism Club with their initiative entitled Community Journalism Workshop. So the University of the Philippines Journalism Club, or UPJC, is a non-aligned, non-profit and academic organization based in the UP College of Mass Communications. And here to present their initiative, may we call on Mr. Paul John V. Dumalaon and Mr. Brian Ezra C. Gonzalez. Let's give them a warm applause.
Ayan, tulad ng bati namin sa aming kolehiyo, isang mapapalang araw sa ating lahat. Ako nga pala si Paul, na si Brian Gonzalez. At nanggaling kami sa UP Journalism Club. Ang UP Journalism Club ay isang academic organization. Hello? Ayan. It's an organization based at the College of Mass Communication. It was established in 1954. So isa siya sa mga pinakamatandang organisasyon sa kolehiyo namin at sa pagpaging sa universidad. So ano ba yung ginagawa ng UP Journalism Club? Una sa lahat, syempre, as a journalism student, nagpapublish kami ng stories online on pertinent and relevant issues in UP at syempre sa mga local issues sa bansa. Nag-holding kami ng mga forums such as ng mga mamamayan, isang election-related campaign, project byline, at syempre ang aming documentary making workshop, which is docu-school. Pero ang ipipresent namin sa inyo ngayong araw ay ang aming flagship program na tinatawag namin dati sila Campus Journalism Workshop. So, ayan. So, itinatag ito noong 1995. So, ngayon ay 21 years na ito. At nakarating na po kami sa iba't ibang, ito pala, yung target namin ay mostly elementary, high school, and college. So, yung Campus Journalism Workshop, nakarating na siya sa iba't ibang lugar sa bansa. Kasama rin ang Baguio, Bataan, siyempre NCR, Camarines Sur, at yung yung narating ng Campus Journalism Workshop ay Sulu, Mindanao. So, ayan, last year nakapag-execute kami o nakapagpunta kami sa iba't ibang schools at mga communities. At pag dito sa UP Diliman, kung saan ginawa namin ng Campus Journalism Workshop UP Diliman, dito sa mismong hall na to. At next po. At sa loob ng isang taon ay nakapagturo o nakapag-teach out kami sa may 700 students, elementary, high school, and college.
So this year, we thought of revamping the program. Kasi naisip namin, there was one time na nagturo kami sa isang seminaryo dito sa Quezon City. Na-realize namin na hindi na lang pala mga colleges, mga elementary schools, high schools yung offer namin. Kahit yung mga iba't ibang organizations, institutions, hawkan namin, there was a time na sinabay namin sa isang outreach program namin, CJW or Community Journalism Workshop, Campus Journalism Workshop dati, sa isang outreach doon nga sa Philippines. Tapos, last year, nung dumating yung mga lumat dito sa UP Diliman, yung mga kami mga magkakaklase, actually kami yung mga CJW instructors talaga, yung mga staple instructors, naisip namin, why not magturo tayo ng paano natin tinuturo to or adjust man lang natin. It was testing the water, kung kaya namin magturo sa mga komunidad. Tapos, nagturo kami sa kanila. And apparently, may mga language barriers kasi malalim yung Bisaya nila. Ako, basic ko na yung Bisaya ko. Or di lang naman din mo mag-Bisaya sa org. So, we taught for the first time CJW in the Bisaya language. Tapos, yung first time nagturo kami sa IB groups. Tapos, this year, inspired kami sa ganon. Actually, when we were conceptualizing this, kasi nung election 2024, everybody agreed na gusto namin na lumabas sa university, lumabas sa mga schools, pumunta sa mga komunidad, o sa wika nga ni Lenny Robredo, Vice President, sila yung lahat ng Lipunan. Tapos, ang grassroots approach namin dito ay mas simplify siya itong one statement. Taking journalism to the margins. Tinutulungan namin yung mga communities na mag-produce ng reports. It does not necessarily mean na kailangan ng produce ng publications. For example, yung only picture nila is social media. Kung gusto man nila oral na pag-report ng mga tao, tutulungan natin sila. Yun yung parang goal natin. Pero later on yan.
So, yeah. So again, from Campus Journalism Workshop this year, we're really planning or really trying to execute siya at Community Journalism Workshop. So before we go to the Community Journalism Workshop itself, basically ito ang goal nito ay makapromote lang na responsible journalism, hindi lang sa mga bata, hindi lang sa mga schools, kundi sa mga communities. So, what needs to be addressed? Ano ba yung mga kulang na nakita natin yung kung bakit napupunta sa mga communities na yun? So, first, with education, syempre yung journalistic knowledge nila sa pagsusulat. Yung mga schools suba natin sa organization para makapagtayo sila ng publication, para magkaroon ng sariling publication yung school nila. At ganoon din yung mga ibang mga communities na kailangan na magkaroon ng, para nila ma-reach out yung mga tao sa barangay nila, for example. Publication and community engagement. At syempre, dapat bilang kasi mga mamamahayan, dapat ginarating natin sa mga tao or sa mga target natin na dapat pinapahalaga nila yung konsepto ng journalism. Lalo na sa panahon ngayon, na panahon nila Boca Yuson, sa panahon ng paghahanap ni President Duterte ng isang authentic journalism. Syempre, ang goal natin sa pagbabago sinasabi niya, na maituro din sa mga tao or sa mga community na yun na napakahalaga ng duty or ng role ng journalism sa mga buhay nila. At syempre, since bilang malaki na yung problema natin sa media literacy sa bansa, nagkukonsume lang yan, nagkukonsume mga tao ng mga storya, ng mga balita sa media, at alam natin yan. So isa yun sa mga pinupromote ng CPW.
Ano naman yung in-offer namin sa CKW? Actually, yung mga natin, yung mga volunteers, yung mga natuturo sa amin ay mga members, alumni, at mga invited na guests. Actually, we're inviting students from other colleges dun sa mga areas na hindi talaga natuturo sa amin sa journalism department, like editorial cartooning, wala kaming subject for that, and we had to tap several times from the content departments para makaturo ng editorial cartooning. Even yung mga professors namin before, natuturo na lang. Yeah. Yung mga models na. So, natuturo kami ng news, features writing, editorial, photojournalism, ethics, introduction to journal. Halos lahat ng mga major na journalism courses na naturo namin. Pero this year, na-require namin ng introduction to journal and ethics kasi, na-mention nga ni Paul kanina, nagkakaroon tayo ng crisis on how society perceives or sees the media. Isip ng mga tao na nakapansin sa mga comment section, sinasabi nila, biased media. Sana mamatay yung mga reporter na yan. Hindi nila alam kung nagsasabi nila, hindi nila alam yung ginagawa nila. When in fact, napakahaba talaga ng proseso ng pagbuo ng news from the event, bringing the event to your TV screens, to your newspapers. Ganun kahirap, and we wanted to introduce that. Yung ethics naman, people keep using sensationalism, bias, loosely. Sobrang use na pagkakagamit nila nito, and we wanted to solve that. When you use biased media, yung sabi naman namin kaya sa Department of Journalism, we have to be careful kasi may natawag na tayo namin, objectivity. So, ang ideally, ang media na gusto namin ipalabas dito ay isang media na biased sa sambayanan, sa tao, sa katotohanan.